Okay, hey everyone, welcome in. My name is Tracy, if you don't know me, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. We do have it planned out that way, so if the other one goes over, we still need to start on time. So here I am, and I'm still shocked that Lynn got 3 cards done, but okay. Never mind all that. Hopefully, I am live here. I don't see anybody in the chat, so imagine you'll be hopping on over. Just to let you know, if you're just hopping in or if you're watching the replay, I am using a product from our brand new super sponsor, Betty Penny, and I'm using Rainforest Refuge. And my assignment today is sketch 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I have my stuff all sorted out in these little trays here. Okay. I see Lynn. Hello, Lynn. So I have prepped everything in advance, and I've kind of done my own thing with these things. I have, for instance, darkened down the edges. Hey, everyone coming in, welcome. If you're just coming in, I am using the Rainforest Refuge from Betty Penny. It's so hard to cut these papers up. Shannon and I were talking about that. But cut them up I did. So let's go ahead and get started with these. And so I have cut them with my decal trimmer. And I probably should have filled my glue bottle before I got started, but I didn't. So there's that. I was just looking at it and then I went, shoot, I don't have time. And I'm going to lay this down on some orange, just to kind of pull in the orange from here. And the sketch goes like this. So I have actually created mats and things for everything. Come here, you. So for instance, this piece goes right about here. Looks to be a little bit over right about there. Yeah, they are very, very vibrant and beautiful. And I have a couple of her paper packs, and you'll see more from me and Betty Penny if you stay tuned to my channel. Now, I picked these out yesterday, and I've been ill, so I don't know about you guys, but when I'm sick, my brain isn't fully functioning. It's on partway mode. Okay, and so then this piece goes here, like so. And notice they don't come together, and that's fine. And I'm actually going to scooch it over just a tiny bit. So Lynn talked about taking license with these things. That's what I'm doing. By decal trimming, you know, there's lots of different things you can do to kind of make it your own. So then we've got these 3 guys, and I cut out the little leopards or whatever these are. I think I wanted him in the middle, him on top, and him on the bottom. Yeah. It is really pretty to be cut. It's difficult cutting it. Get off me, whatever something's touching me. You guys already know, most of you who follow me already know that my battle with stink bugs, and there's a storm coming, so they're all, you know, being stinky, freaking out. They don't know what to expect because it's been warm, cold here in Alabama. I do have the Tim Holtz decal trimmer. Of course I do. You guys, Tim broke my heart. Not really, but I'm happy for him. But when I got started making cards and making videos, my end goal was to be a maker for him. That was the whole thing that got me started. And that's never going to happen. So I was kind of bummed, but I'll be fine. We'll all be fine. Yeah, Samantha, yeah, stink bug. I get them here. I get a lot of them here. And They like to come into my craft room and scare me, and people have seen me scream here because I'm afraid of them. I know that's crazy, but I am. Aren't these just beautiful, these cats? I love cats. So, I did want to talk a little bit about how you enter into the Kendra's card challenges, because it's different, and you guys have been hearing it a lot, but I wanted to get into specifics here. So if you go to either kendrascardchallenges.com or if you go to Kendra's Patreon page, both places have the link. And on the Patreon page, which you have to go to anyway to download the printable, if you scroll down in that same place where the printable is, there's your link to the in links, and it gives you the link for all 3 quarters. So this is basically the sketch here. So now anything I do else to it is me handling it. So I did this, and I kind of want to put him over to right about here. And I love cats, any sort of cats, but these are beautiful. And then I'm going to pop up Fearless right here. Yeah, aren't they fabulous cats? Let's see. I need some foam tape. I didn't think and get out my foam tape in advance. And I'm just going to use low profile. Let's use up some scraps here, speaking of scraps. And also, Kendra's giving away on each one of our hops. She's giving away an official Patreon membership for 1 month. There is a form in the description box below. If you fill out that form, then you have a chance to win. And sometimes it helps me to look at my camera instead of, I think I want to go right about here with this. The paper, Mary, is from Bitty Penny Crafts, LLC, and it's called Rainforest Refuge. And I have some bling here that I thought I took out for this. Oh, here it is. I kind of picked out bling for each one in advance, because that's something that tends to take me the longest, is choosing bling. So I'm just going to dump a few of these out, and I'm going to go pretty random with them. I got that crooked. I have a little OCD about crookedness, you guys. Sorry about that. Let's go do one here and one here. And that glue will dry clear, so I'm not stressing on it. And one right up here. Okay, there's sketch 4 done. Let's get sketch 5. And I also used just papers from my stash as far as solid colored papers. Come here, get in there. So we'll start with this portion here. So it goes like this, and I've also decal trimmed these, and then we've got this beautiful sort of eggplant purple color. And I'm not going to decal trim these pieces here, everything else is. Yeah, I'm organized with my trays, man. Look at my bad self and my bad self trays. I love these trays, they're fabulous. Those are from scrapbook.com, who is not a sponsor of Kendra's Card Challenge. But I think Spellbinders has them too. Something similar. If you shop Spellbinders. I don't have a Spellbinders affiliate or anything, so Lynn wants to pop hers in there. That's just fine. The only thing about the decal trimmer is it doesn't always trim stuff straight. But I heard that the Spellbinders one have lids for them, which is kind of cool. So see, I've got it straight on this end, but it's not necessarily straight on that end, and that's because of the decal trim. So I'll just take my decal trimmer, if you've never seen one before, and they are loud, and just straighten that out a little bit. Just a hair. There we go. Oh yes, thanks for the thumbs up reminder. Okay, where was I? So now I have these fabulous elephants. Look at how beautiful they are. And that's why I picked this sort of eggplant colored paper, because it's so beautiful. And so the sketch is just plain here. So you could do a scene, you could do a whole picture, you could do anything you wanted. And I forgot the any object, so I'll have to find an object there for there. And I think I might have something cool. So we'll lay this one down on here. I just thought the decal trimming kind of, you know, felt more rustic. And I'm going to pop that up. Aren't they gorgeous? Yes. I love, love, love them. This sketch is so easy, so it's probably going to be my favorite because it's the easiest. Oh, Jill, you've never seen the decal trimmer? So you can get them just about everywhere. You know, Simon Says Stamps, scrapbook.com, Tonic Studios. Just about everybody sells these. Maybe even, I don't know if Spellbinder sells them or not. But it's just the Tim Holtz Tonic decal trimmer. And it is very, very handy. And I always put glue on my foam strips because that way I have a second to get everything straight. Ish. Straight adjacent. Okay, let's make sure my card is folding the correct way. And I picked this teal to kind of pull in this teal right here. I have pinking shears. I have some big heavy-duty ones that are meant for denim. Because back in the day, in the olden days before sergers, you know, home sergers, when we made heavy-duty stuff, or even not heavy-duty stuff, when we did finish the seam, we deckled, or, you know, well, basically deckled the edges of the seam before sewing it. And then for this one, since I have two elephants, I did Happy Together. Maybe that's my third element. Yeah, it is. So I'm keeping it rather plain and simple. Let's do, okay. Go this one. And if I stop talking or lose my voice, so sorry. I've been sick. You know, it's funny. I feel better, but when I lay down to try and sleep, the coughing starts and I can't sleep. Yeah, I know. You watch, Yvette's after me. Let's see. Watch her make 6 cards instead of 3. I still have all of my quilting equipment, so, and I still use my quilting rulers. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have added an extra piece right on this side, because thinking is not allowed. Let's wipe that glue off. Get another piece here. Yeah, it's going to take me the rest of the time just to get the backer off of that one part. There we go. Okay, so we'll get our bling on here. Yes, you do, Dawn. You do have a working sewing machine. Yay! I have about 4 non-working ones. You know, timing's out, other stuff like that, embroidery machine, all the fun stuff. But the only one that works is my Singer Heavy Duty that doesn't have any bells or whistles. Let's see here. Where do I want to put my bling? I think I want to go here and here. And let's see, I want a medium-sized one. Give me a small one. Oops, there's 2 of them. I think I'm gonna go on here. I really like this blue sparkle on this. I don't want it quite even with that. Oops, there was 2 of them together. That happens with these because they're super flat. Let's scoot this one down a little bit. Or I guess I can just scoot this one up since it's still got pretty wet glue. Don't like to have them all in a row. That's a personal preference. It's not a rule. The deep purple, isn't that a gorgeous purple? I love it too. Let's get a big giant one. And medium sized one. Nope, small one. Okay. That completes sketch number 5. Gosh, if I have time, I might just do a 4th card. All right. Now, I took out, so I bought a, from BittyPenny.com, she has a, like a goodie pack you can buy that goes with her Crafty Queens, and this was in it. So I pulled that out, and this one is quite intense, this sketch. So what's cool about it, and let me explain, is a lot of times we have like tiny stamps, like really small stamps or really small ephemera, and you're thinking, you know, where do I put it? Well, you can showcase it in a sketch like this because this is only 1.5 inches square. So even though you have something small, you're building a life around it basically. And I kind of laid these together the way they're supposed to go so I don't forget how they go. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to, this is also deckled, and I did the edges with some vintage photo distress ink. Just to kind of, because there's a lot of colors going on with this one, that even though they're mostly, you know, calmer colors, just to kind of have it all pulled together. And, you know, vintage photo being a neutral color. And this I'm going to go ahead and glue directly down to this craft card base after I get it all together here. Yeah, the sketches are fabulous this quarter. Yeah, it is a lot of pieces, Lynn. You're right about that. But that's okay. You can only do one at a time. So this piece goes here. And then this piece is going to go here. Oh, welcome, Dawn. Thank you. I've been working on my channel member perks. Okay, so then we've got our squares to contend with because these 2 little pieces go underneath, and they go about like this and this. And I'm not going to get out a T-ruler. I'm going to eyeball it. They're fun because, you know, you, first of all, and I'm much like Lynn, like I'd like to bust my scraps as much as possible. I don't. I forget and I just grab more paper. And, you know, I have a scrap pile underneath me a mile high, or it feels like it anyway. Because these are decal trim, that's why I'm not terribly worried about whether they're perfectly even or not. So that's the other advantage of decal trimming. Thank you, Dana. That's thoughtful of you. So next up comes this piece here, and I've cut part of a waterfall. And what I want to do is to make sure that this piece doesn't kind of buckle right here, is just to add a scrap. And this is why you see a bunch of scraps in this pile, because they're the right height. So I'm just going to add a scrap right down the center. Maybe two. We'll see. How's my time? Oh, I'm doing great. I might get done. And I might not have extra time left over. Last time I did this, I had extra time left over. Okay. So this one goes next. And it seems to be about in the center. Eyeballing. There we go. Then comes this one, which is the waterfall. Which waterfall was I going to use? I think that one. Okay. Well, that I can understand that, Barbara. And honestly, it's okay. Put them away and revisit them. Lots of friends and I were talking about, particularly Dawn and I were talking about next year getting together with other crafty friends and making our own advent calendars and sending them to each other. Wouldn't that be fun? Okay, so we need to build up the two ends of this one, and this isn't quite straight, but too late. It's already down. That's the breaks, friends. Okay. So I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. Just build up these ends a bit so that they so it's not buckled in any place. But I'm trimming them before the edge so that they're not sticking out over the edge. So I had a piece of heavier stock, and then I had a piece of this right here, which I'll just cut a couple little pieces. How about you guys? Whenever I cut something like this, typically instead of landing where it did, it flies across the room. Oh, that's true. That's true, Lala. Well, like for instance, one of those things is absolutely not in my budget. And for two reasons. And one of them is that I don't know that I'll ever use the product again. And I have been trying to be mindful when I make purchases of whether or not it is something I will use more than once. Like all of it. So see, now it sits evenly all the way across. Because, I mean, how many of us, I know for myself, how many things do I have in my stash that I've never used? How many things do I have in my stash that I've used once and put away and never used again? And wouldn't they be great for an advent calendar where you force yourself either to use it if you make your own, or trade it with somebody else. Okay. And then going to pop that guy up. Yep, I'm losing my voice, friends. I feel it going. Congratulations, Cecilia. And I didn't raise him up any because these aren't terribly thick. And then I've got Hello Friend. And I've got just a little, you know, the little stickers that I use for sentiments are from a Tim Holtz sticker pad. And I can't remember where I wanted to put this. I know I don't want it right smack in the middle. That would bother me, but I think it has to be. I think I want it there. Okay, you know what? Let me pop that up. Let's get that glue off of there. Since I have a minute. Thank you, Jana. I'm excited to see what everybody makes tonight. Oops, I didn't mean for that to go right there. See, if I was using Amanda's tape, I wouldn't be having this problem. But I'm not. Because she hasn't made any this thin yet. Yet is the operative there. Thanks, Linda. Okay, now I know, because I measured it before, that this card base is a little bit wide for this. You know, sometimes things just don't cut straight. It is what it is. So I'm going to trim it down. Here you. And actually, for this, I like to use my Big Mama trimmer because I have messed up my trimmer by cutting 2 layers. It used to be able to handle it, but it really doesn't anymore. And so what's happened, it still cuts, but this arm comes loose, and I have to tighten it constantly from cutting too thick. Yeah, I'm pretty much not doing new stuff either as far as crafty stuff. Now cooking stuff, that's a whole nother story. Oh, goody, goody, I got it. Okay, hurry. Almost done. Don't forget to, and there's a redirect in place for Yvette's channel. But if not, there's a playlist, hop playlist, linked in the description down below. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up on your way out the door. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Now, I've got these little tiny leaves, and I thought they would be a fun little ephemera to do. 1, 2, 3. I mean, not ephemera, but blingy bling, not bling. You know what I mean. Embellishment, that's the word. Words are hard. Okay, so there we are, friends. We've got sketch. Come here, you. We've got sketch 4, 5, and 6. And just to, allude to, I did use the same paper pad, but all the papers are so different in the paper pad. So you guys, thanks so much for coming and joining along in our hop and spending the last half hour with me. See you. Bye.